Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Mohit Sharma. Welcome to your board profile. I am Meghna, host for the day. So before starting, I would like to give a brief introduction about our guest. We are joined today by Dr. Mohit, a distinguished HR leader and global talent strategist. With a strong foundation in psychology, a doctorate in HR, and accolades such as top LinkedIn Voice in HR 40 under 40. So in today's conversation, we will explore how Dr. Mohit's unique approach to strategic HR leadership, his journey from psychology to boardroom influence, and how he leverages storytelling, data, and human insight to drive organizational impact. So, sir, can we proceed with the questions?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Okay, sir. So, sir, our first question is you have been recognized as a top LinkedIn voice. What
Mhm.
inspired you to share your voice so actively in the HR space?
See, I think my answer to that would be, it gives you a platform, right? You need to have a recognition now in the HR profession because I am a believer of collective intelligence, right? And I do believe that when you have a very strong imperative to bring out the best in the profession, you get a chance to voice your opinion and put across your points when you really have the titles supporting you as well. While yes, global HR dialogue particularly right needs a lot of accreditation that gives you an edge over the others, and at the same time not just the edge, it establishes you as an industry leader, right? And it is important to have that voice because you're actually able to raise the important concerns that possibly can bring a shift to the entire industry, how we look at HR as a function.
Okay, sir, that was a really valid point. So, sir, moving on to our next question. Your role focuses on harmonizing HR with business goals. So,
Yeah.
can you share one such recent initiative that you are especially proud of?
So I think from an initiative perspective, what we have started doing is in this my current role, we have picked up strategic talent mobility programs. So as you would understand, people have come with diverse aspirations. When they come to work, some of them would want to build their skill set, some would want to possibly have multiple assignments. So what we have done is we have formalized a structure wherein people can not only just populate their skill set, but we have created an inter-departmental or an inter-organizational portal wherein people can actually showcase the skills that they now that they possess, and not just those skills, but also are able to now apply for the positions that come up in the organization, matching those skills. Now, what it has happened is that while it's an IJP, an internal job posting, right, a kind of a platform, but it has helped us significantly because you understand the diversity of the pool that you have available, right, and the talent pool that you have available in the organization, and it is able to give you the edge over the market because you have data at hand of your own organization, of the skill set that it possess, and at the same time it kind of reduces your external hiring cost as well.
Okay, sir. It was great to hear that. So, sir, moving on to our next question. What's one major HR challenge you enjoy solving the most and why?
One major HR challenge I enjoy hosting or solving. Okay. I think I would want the one of the biggest challenge that I have enjoyed kind of solving is building the credibility of the function first, right? Because we often complain about not having the seat at the table, but we need to understand, and we fail to understand at times, is why we do not have a seat at the table, right? It is not about questioning why there is no seat for us. Instead, it is important to understand why we do not have a seat, right, first. I think the biggest reason why it is happening to a lot of HR folks is also that we are not invested enough, and we do not have the business acumen. And I think that's a very, very crucial challenge for the internal organization as such, because when I am somebody who is just running a function in the name of processes and establishing processes without understanding its actual impact on the business deliverables. I am kind of, possibly working against the wind and against how my organization wants to grow. And I think therefore, you will see that a lot of HR folks, and us kind of, struggle against building that business partnership with the business teams, because we are not able to innovate. We are not able to suggest what can possibly unlock. And what could be the potential of this entire harmony that can happen when you are actually on the same side, as a business team. So I think this is something that I really have enjoyed kind of sorting that out.
So this surely came out of a lot of experience.
Oh, yes. A lot of personal experience, yes, of course.
Yes, sir. Okay,
Yeah.
so moving on to our next question. You are also known as a storyteller. How do you use storytelling in the boardroom or while driving talent initiatives?
So, see, I still believe in the most fundamental fact that we all have grown up listening to stories, right? And so, stories are something that have a very psychological, deep-rooted impact on our lives, right? Because that has created a lot of experiences for us. And if you actually see, how do people communicate, their experiences? They also communicate experiences by forming them into a story. So I think from a boardroom perspective, what I have been able to do is I have been able to build the connection. So the stories for me has built a bridge between data and decision making. And how it has done is that, when you present a data in a raw format, it just looks as numbers, right? You would not know. So for a very small example is, if I just present retention data or attrition data, what does it signify? It doesn't signify anything much, because I would not know who has left, why they have left. But when I actually back it up, with a story of why we had lost, few people, and particularly some of the star performers, it sets the narrative for you. So I think storytelling is very important, because it can, one, give you the bridge, like I said, between the data and the decision making. Two, I think it can make people resonate with the stories, even more, and rather than just looking at them as an absolute numbers.
Yes, sir. So surely like storytelling is a really, I guess, powerful art and not everybody can
Yes.
do that correctly.
No, we can do it. Correct. You're right.
So sir, moving on to our last question. If you had to predict one big shift in HR for the
Mhm.
next 5 years, what would it be?
I think the entire HR has to move from reactive people management to now very predictive talent intelligence. And why I say talent intelligence is because it is no longer about talent management. You cannot manage talent in as many words, because everybody comes with such a diverse needs, right? And the way the function is evolving, you have real-time data. AI is supporting you in terms of building the excellence, operational excellence, so to say, right? It is also helping you to build some predictive analytics, right, which can give you assessing the predictions for what can happen in the future. But at the same time, is HR ready to scale, ourselves up as well as a function? I think that's gonna be one of the most important challenge for the function itself, because you are caught in a rut wherein you are required to do the business as usual, while the expectation is from you that you ride the trend. So how can so it's a dichotomy. I understand, it's a definitely a dichotomy between the two, because you cannot do the same thing at the same time. You will have to pick one, correct? And in the mix of the two, a lot of guys have lost the focus of what should be my priority. And I think the second biggest, also possibly what I see, and I'm still writing and probably thinking about it, is as I keep saying to a lot of people, is the resignations and the attritions come much later on papers or emails or systems. It comes, if you have a disengaged workforce which already exists in your system, it is as good as people who have already left and left your organization. How do you tackle the workforce who are existing in your system and are still disengaged with you, are not aligned with your goals, values, mission, whatever. So I think that's going to be a biggest challenge because people are becoming more transactional in their nature. And when the entire thing, because of course the gig economy is kind of scaling up and giving us more opportunities to work on multiple assignments at the same time. But if it does happen, and if the full-time role starts fading away, how do you build the organizational legacy and keep the people engaged with you to continue to work for the same objectives that you have as an organization.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. So it was great talking to you. Your answers had really been like it really build. I mean, it really gave me a lot of overview about the HR, like how it works, what it
Great,
lacks, and what should come in the coming years. So, sir, it's
great.
been a privilege speaking with you today, and your insights on leadership, HR, strategy, and storytelling were both inspiring and practical. And I'm sure it would
Likewise,
help a lot of people. So,
likewise.
thank
Thank
you,
you so
Dr.
much.
Mohit, for sharing your journey
Thank
and
you.
wisdom with us.
Thanks for having me over. Take care. Have a good day. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Bye.